Hey, beautiful soul. I'm Colleen, Wynia, and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the gifts of suffering. I know. Who believes there's a gift in suffering when it's actually happening to you? I didn't. But believe it or not, it's when you're on the other side, when you're through it, that there are some really powerful gifts in suffering and what can bring you to your next place in life. So I grew up with a lot of internal suffering, probably at the greatest level, and emotional entrapment, not feeling good about myself, low self-confidence, family of alcohol, and just not being able to express our voice. And of course, here I am today expressing my voice to you. And you may relate to this. You may feel like you're just not quite been seen, been loved. Maybe you've been through a lot of grief. So my turning point into the spiritual awakening really unfolded, guys, when there was some heavy grief. And how did that trigger? Well, number one, when you have a grief, like you fall into a relationship that has actually been physically abusive or narcissistic, or something that wakes you up and realize that you're giving away your power, you begin to take baby steps moving forward. You begin to notice and feel what doesn't resonate in your body. So the first gift of actually suffering is it brings you in contact with your body. It brings you in contact with your body and teaches you where in your body are you noticing things that are happening in your body. It could be in your heart. You feel pressure on your heart. You might feel constriction in your body. It could end up in digestive issues. If you're having something where you feel like you're kind of like pressure in your throat. There's all of these body issues that allow us to guide us into recognizing what's the pain underneath, and it's time to heal. And our body issues are totally a reflection of metaphysical and real things that have happened to you. The body remembers. So the first gift when you're suffering is it gets you connected and aligns you to you. It aligns you and brings you more consciousness into your body. And why you need that is because that's what you need. Alignment attracts vibrational frequency. It is a vibrational frequency that attracts more of what you really want. So if you're looking to make some changes in your life and you want to attract more money in your business, more clients, you want to feel good in your body because that vibration is going to go out there, because energy, everything is energy. Money is energies, right? That's another point here. We'll talk about a video on money later. The other point of suffering is not only does it awaken you, it brings more compassion. It brings more compassion to you and to all of humanity. And so when you've gone through a grief and you've been through an experience where there's a few bikers here coming by, when you've been through an experience that really eats away at your heart, that pain and suffering brings you more humanity, compassion, and kindness for the people in your life, which makes you a better coach. It makes you a better business owner. It makes you a more loving soulmate to be connected to in relationship, and it makes you an even better parent. So when you see that suffering is happening for you, know that as you allow yourself to feel and embrace it in the body, you're actually healing. So rather than suppressing the feeling down, which a lot of people say, the old past is still get strong. You'll get through it. People don't know how to relate sometimes when you've been through a lot of pain. But the greatest gift and the fastest gift that I've been able to help people through as a spiritual healer, as an energy healer, as a counselor, as, now what I do through Crystallize Your Vision is help dynamic women who are heart-centered allow themselves to allow the emotion to go through. It's actually the emotional health, emotional wellness is the first, I keep going 5 point on my 5-point star system is the first point we go to. Why? Because in order to get healthier, in order to get clarity for your business and ideas to pop in order to monetize your life, you've got to clear what's on the way out. All right, so the first thing is connects you. Grief connects you. It's a gift because it connects you to your body. Number 2, connecting to your body allows you to have more compassion for yourself, and that's where change happens. It's literally a softening into the wound. And a third way that suffering brings you to the next level is it wakes you up so much that it gives you a new path in life. So for me, for example, if you're on a deep level of suffering and you're wondering when's this going to end, be in it. Allow it to be there and allow it to be present, because what it did for me is So here's a little bit of my story. So when my loved ones started to pass away, okay, so I was going way back. I was in an addictive relationship. I was in something where I saw abuse in my family, and I said to myself, not me, I'll never go through that. I'll never go through an abuse, addictive. And there I was. I was 16 when I was telling a family member, how dare you put up with this harmful experience and this way your partner or husband treated you. And then 5 years later, here I was, blinded by a relationship I was so in love with, and then slowly it became emotionally abusive, and then it became some like physical abusive. Like, oh my gosh, how did I land here, right? But that initial wake-up call started to drive me to realize what I do want. Learned about what you don't want. I broke the chains of ancestry. I learned what I do want. So then, followed by significant levels of grief, guys, I started with my dad and my cousin years ago when I was in my 20s, and my beloved cousin, who was like my bro, I always call him my brother. Hey, Robbie. Robbie found out he had cancer, and he passed away within 2.5 years. And my dad also found out he had cancer in the middle of it, and he died first. So in 9 months between the two boys, I literally lost my guys. But do you know what it did? It opened up, it ripped open my heart to not only have to do and dive into the healing, but it actually made me become more intuitive. It opened up my heart and my mind to wonder, whoo, what happens when you die? What's on the other side? Because I was getting these spiritual experiences, moving objects, electricity, sensations on my body. There were all of these unique things that were happening, and I'm like scratching in my head, like, am I going crazy? But beautifully enough, it sent me to a spiritual church and a few people who could help me understand about mediumship and connection with loved ones on the other side. So I gratefully do that now for you through my program, Crystallize Your Vision, and as an exclusive coach to clients by application, of course, you guys, that helps you dive in to become that better coach, that is intuitive, that personal, that woman in business who thrives because she taps into her power through her emotional body. And so when the grief ripped open my heart, it not only made me understand about spirit on the other side, it also, how to explain this? It worked up those past wounds. It brought the past wounds to my attention. So I dove into working in a community, Shambhala community, and was able to awaken, which then, as a rebirther, I was trained in a breathing technique, which I now teach the clients, is you guys use the breath to empower yourself. That's like a rebirthing breath, is in and out through the mouth for a period of time. And this breath literally taught me how to heal from the inside out. And where I was going with this is the ability to open up the heart, heal the past, right? So I thought for years, people say, oh, you're just, after my loved ones died, my dad and my cousin, then I lost my sister, then I lost my auntie, then I lost my uncle, then I lost my ex-boyfriend, and then I lost like all these people for 8 years. And everyone would say, oh, Colleen, you're going through such a hard time. How are you doing it? Oh, no wonder you're not feeling great. And I always related it. It's like, oh, it's because another loss. Oh, it was another loss. And yes, guys, it was another loss, but guess what? It was more than that. I learned that the gift of my losses healed my past, because it opened and triggered my heart so often that who's the one in behind? It's not the loss of them. They're still on the other side. I learned that they're here with us. I learned that our loved ones are all around us. I can call upon them whenever I want. And they visit me to help connect you to your loved ones. And your loved ones talk through me. And we all have this like little committee going on. I call them our spiritual cheerleaders. So it's a lot of fun once you get out of the grief and realize that life lives on. Our loved ones are here and with us. They've always been with us. And when this has started to happen for me, then I could really see for the first time that the grief that I was carrying inside of me was my own. You guys, so I hope those 3 points of healing your heart, having compassion for humanity, and then going deeper with breaking the chains from what you think is grieving a loved one is you grieving you. So if you haven't already subscribed now, please subscribe to my channel, give it some love, share a comment down below, and share this video with someone you love and care about. If they are dealing with a type of a suffering, a loss of relationship, not sure which way to turn in their business growth, and they really just want some love, I honor you to share this with them. I love you guys. Have yourself an amazing rest of this year. Mwah.